So a few weeks ago, I made a video checking out a bunch of Half-Life mods for various games, and I stumbled upon this mod that tries to turn RimWorld into Half-Life 2. Out of all the Half-Life 2 inspired mods I tried, this one was definitely the best, and I actually had so much fun playing that game that I've decided to start my own Half-Life 2 colony in RimWorld. So I have the following mods installed: Half-Rim 2 and Half-Life Creatures, which gives you access to not only Combine factions and Resistance factions in the game, but also many types of Half-Life armor and Half-Life weapons, plus the animals of Half-Life 2, including headcrabs and antlions, as well as a mod to let me control which animals spawn in the game. This is so I can turn off any animals that I don't think fit the Half-Life theme, and basically make it so that the world is completely populated with Zen creatures and only a few birds, which is how it is in the Half-Life 2 game. Anyways, without further ado, let's jump into the game. So I went about creating a new colony. I decided to give myself a few Half-Life 2 inspired weapons to start. A crowbar, of course, as well as the Magnum revolver and the MP7, which should give us enough firepower to survive the early stages of the game. So I set a few parameters for the world itself. I decided to turn down the rain because, of course, the Combine have removed all the water from Earth. I've upped the pollution because, as we all know, the world of Half-Life 2 is heavily polluted. I've also turned down the population and deleted all of the factions that aren't the Resistance or the Combine. And we're of course using the World Seed Black Mesa if you want to play along at home. After selecting an arid shrubland as our colony's starting point, it was time to select some characters. Now I selected Gordon, Alex, and Barney to join me on this expedition. So with our characters created, I started the game. Now, the first problem that I ended up running into was that Gordon Freeman has cancer. I guess that's not surprising considering that he spends a lot of his time wading through radioactive waste, but, well, I should have paid more attention when I was creating these characters. So we shall see if that becomes a gigantic problem in the coming episodes. So another major problem facing our colonists is that the creatures in the Half-Life 2 mods are extremely hostile. Now, RimWorld is known for having a bunch of hostile creatures, but these ones are even more so. The headcrabs especially, and I believe actually most of the animals that spawn onto the map, are automatically aggroed on the colonists. So the moment they see them, they will generally start rushing right in their direction. The first time, this caught me off guard, and I died within minutes. So it's good to basically draft your colonists almost as soon as they land, because some headcrabs are going to start rushing you. After dispatching the headcrabs, we begin constructing the base. My plan here is to have a mountain base with bedrooms and leading out into a sort of research and production area. So it's good that a few of them are good at mining. As the days go by, we settle into creating a base. Things, of course, are going slowly. We're also trying to farm some potatoes, and of course, we're looking towards our overall goal, which I have for this game, of defeating the Combine. Across the map, there are a bunch of Combine settlements, and My goal is to erase all of them from the map. Of course, that is a long way off, as our colonists currently aren't even producing enough food to feed themselves. Additionally, our colony will have to grow significantly before that can happen. At one point, a group wanders through our little settlement and showcases just how dangerous this area is. Instantly, they are set upon by an antlion. Luckily, they seem to be able to dispatch it due to the fact that they are heavily armed. It seems in this world that is a necessity. In my previous playthroughs, I watched many groups die this way, so it's nice to know that they are learning. After we get a little more settled in, we settle on naming our colony Black Mesa East and naming our little faction Freemania. Or Freemania? I don't know. You can tell me in the comments how you would pronounce it as a local. Our colonists set up a windmill and are able to construct a little stove and cooking area, which I do forget to add a roof to, and then I'm surprised for a few times when it starts raining and the electric stove keeps catching on fire. This happens a few times until I realize my mistake. I've also got them researching smithing because we're going to be needing a lot of weapons for both future colonists, and I actually have a plan for our economy. We are going to manufacture crowbars. So we're going to have a crowbar-based economy, which I think is fitting for a Half-Life 2 playthrough of RimWorld, and, well, we've got to start somewhere. So Gordon, being our scientist, is going to start researching that. A colonist falls from the sky, and this is our first chance to expand our colony. I send Gordon out on a rescue mission, but in a stunning surprise, he is attacked by a bull squid. For a moment, I think this is the end of the run, because bull squid are quite dangerous, and Gordon is holding a gun at melee range, which can be quite difficult in RimWorld. Luckily, I'm able to send out both of the other colonists to help him, and with their help, Gordon is able to defeat the bull squid. I send the other two colonists down to collect and rescue a possible new colonist, though of course if you know anything about RimWorld, it is no guarantee that they will join us. At least they are not a member of an enemy faction, which can be quite annoying. Anyways, that's where I'm going to stop for today. I think we're doing decently alright with our base here. I always like building into the mountains and creating little bedrooms in caves. Of course, the overall goal for Gordon and his allies is to defeat the Combine. Hopefully they will gain a new ally next episode, either in the form of this new rescued person, or in the form of someone randomly joining our colony. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoy Half-Life videos in general, I recommend subscribing to this YouTube channel. We're going to have new videos about Half-Life at regularly scheduled intervals, which is basically whenever I feel like it.